Hello, hello, hello. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. How's it going? I'm just as awkward as ever. Me and Jason laughed earlier because he said, it's just like my baby. He was like, it's just like whenever you push live. And I just get all awkward. I don't know why. Every time I've been doing this for how long now? Yeah. Amen. Journey to justice. Hallelujah. Right? Uh Denny Lenny says, I think it's really weird that Emma said she didn't go over to the house until after Cop was there and around the same time Coroner got there. She lives right across the street. I hear neighbors. ah, oh. After Garth's coworker's testimony, I'm back to thinking Alex was involved and Chad was taking him back to the church. That's one. Hey, Soulside. What's going on? Anyways. All right. So, yeah. Hello, Jennifer. How are you? Hello, all you good people, right? Thank you. Hey, Heidi. Hello, Rachel. We honor and remember on this day. 100%. We do. Hello, the Journey to Justice. How are you? Sandra Massey, TC, KJ, Huggy Bear, Cheyenne Pina. I'm scooting. Clancy, how are you? Haven't seen you in a minute, but it's probably because I wasn't, you know, it might not have caught my eye. Amanda Metters. Mm, yeah. That conversation between Garth and Pryor about the Dodge Dakota was equally as disgusting regarding who was driving it before 2017. I found something last night in my bizarre religious rabbit hole of Chad and Lori. So, and it's in his own words. So I love finding things in their own words. I like to slap it, slap them with the truth, right? Hello, Lamisa. I hope you had a good birthday weekend. We love you. Happy Memorial Day. I know I think you live in Canada, but you know, still. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Cheryl Butler. That conversation between Garth and Pryor about Tammy getting the quarter pounder was so disgusting, and it will forever be disgusting. It's like trial testimony. It's the gift that keeps on giving. You know. Oh, hello, Miss Dora. How are you? It is a lot of people. And I like to go to bed right after Wheel of Fortune. Well, oh man, just don't watch Lori playing Wheel of Fortune. Or do. Whatever. Oh my god, right? They are full of poop. I didn't say it, I'm just reading the comment. Oh, hello, hello, Festus's mom. Yes, you're finally gonna catch her live. But we do appreciate our replay Let me start over. We do appreciate our replay crew too. Okay. Hello, Miss Kim. How are you? I do too. I'm short. Y'all, I've picked up, I'm hard headed, first off. Tammy was a Taurus, just like, I'm not saying that we're a lot alike, but you can look under your sign. And I mean, Chad did it, Mr. Patriarch, right? Uh, Trying to check and see if he was compatible with Laura Horror's sign of Cancer. He's a Leo, same as my uncle Charles. But anyways, he compared basically like, am I compatible with Taurus or am I compatible with Cancer? You know, and I mean, let's not forget that we have heard, not been proven, but we've heard that Chad Daybell, for sure, Eric Smith has said this, that Chad Daybell has had multiple extramarital partners, you know? So shame on him. That's all I got to say. Shame on him. Oh, let me fix my speaker real quick because this will suck. Let me see. It should be on. It was on. I'd have to play something in order to find out, right? It just shows new and it needs to show yes. Like I just checked this right before. Oh, there it went. It scared me. So see? Right? Okay. Well, you saw it here. I don't wait on anybody to embarrass me. I embarrass my damn self. I was thinking of what kind of father puts his children in a position where they have to lie for him. Oh my God, right? And Chad is okay with this, is what I've touched on this before too. It's something you can always go back to the heart of the matter and just like, really? I mean, of course, I feel like whenever we're going through these talk points, from the trial, all the stuff that's coming out, it's overwhelming, straight up. For me, it is. And I mean, I tend to have it all together, and then right when I go live, it's like my brain. I don't know. I freak myself out, and but all these things, we're tunnel visioning, I think. And then really when you just look at the grand scope of it and just look at Chad Daybell's character, look how he acted, look how his family is acting. I'm sorry, it's not over. And just try to, I just know in my heart of hearts, I always have, I've never worried about this. I've never worried about him or Lori, ever being convicted. We're halfway as far as convictions go, but we still have two trials to go after this one. So, hey, whatever it is, whatever it takes, as between them and whatever, and we know their Lord that they worship. So, I just think of Tylee and Charles and Tammy and JJ and Joe, and I'm like, no, there's going to be some earthly justice. And then after that, that's between them and their Lord. Yeah. Hey, Faye. Okay, Miss T. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna Ashley. Here I go. Let me pause. Okay. Every time. Hey, Trace. Leah, she is pretty. She's got a little dimple. I don't know. Jason, he's like, well, I thought they were supposed to be like two 3 to 4 or 4, however many. John Pryor was like 4 or 5, and then 3 or 4 of his children are gonna testify, and only 2. And they were the worst ones, in my opinion. I'd have got the ones that just really, aren't picking up what their dad is, or, they're not smelling what their dad's stepping in and rubbing their noses in all their life. And I mean, again, I think it's like a degree. It's like a spectrum. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little worrisome though. I'm not gonna lie. It's worrisome whenever, I've thought of, and I mean, I know that everybody's human. I don't ever, you know, I don't, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to memorialize and put people, I mean, I'm human. They're human. We're all human. So I know that, Tammy was immersed in this for, I mean, they were married for almost 30 years. So, I mean, that's a hot minute. Um, and I mean, there's, I actually slept that day, so I don't really even know. And I'm probably glad I don't. That's one thing I haven't gone back on, is to see, how Tammy was allegedly rating people, dark, light. And I just, I mean, I can believe it, but I can't believe it to the degree that, of course, without seeing for myself. So, give me a little grace for the, hey, fun to ski. No, I don't think it's odd when a person asks what happened. It's just how it is from my neck of the woods. Hey, A. Aguilar, how are you doing? Hey, Kristen. I'm sorry, Christy. Why was Emma talking to Lori if she didn't know her dad had married her? She's full of shit, first off. You know what? This is where I'm at. My thing is, if these children, and by children I mean these grown ass adults, okay, we can give them a little grace, but I'm not going to excuse them for being shitty and lying and, how whatever it is that's making them do this or prompting them to do this, and they think that they're righteous and holy and can okay, this is the problem. So, since they don't know how to humble themselves, I think that it's called accountability and responsibility and being held accountable for the shit you put out. That is what factors into this. 100%. So, the however it's going to play out, I really do hope that they have to answer to their deception and or maybe their participation in these heinous crimes. And it's not just one, it's a conspiracy. So they play into this whole conspiracy part too. I don't know how that goes, but I'm just saying, I hope that they maybe get slapped with a little jail time or at least have to do some community service or maybe have to be subjected to uh, the a lot of them work for the school, the school. So school boards. I mean, there are repercussions. Being excommunicated from the church. I was reading an old manual from like 2019 about abuse of children, abuse of adults, and I mean, they're like, but yet here they all are enjoying their membership. Okay, so I want examples to be made as well. And I mean, I'm not saying, ha ha. Yes, they are victims to a degree. To a degree now, they used to be victims in my opinion, but after the stuff that I've been witnessing, because I don't have my head in the sand like I think they do or they choose to do, or maybe they have or they need to do, kind of like Lori has to do, in order to live with herself. She has to kind of adhere to this belief system, because if not, if she lets that go, then they have to realize and look at themselves in the mirror and say, "Oh my God." And if they don't ever have that, then we're fucked. And I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm not, because I mean, that's what goes into this. Anyway, I feel for their loss too. Yeah. Come on, man. There were 2 murdered kids buried in their dad's backyard, for heck's sakes, not to mention their own mom was murdered as well. Where's the common sense? Where's the compassion too? Where's not for self, where's the compassion? That is the one thing that I do remember from, and y'all have heard me say it so many times, the one thing that I remember from my childhood of Mormon, okay? I really didn't know anything about Mormon even till after Lori murdered my Uncle Charles, allegedly, whatever. Um, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know." But back in the day, okay, I'm 46, so back in the day, we used to wake up on Saturday mornings and go watch cartoons, think, 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 right? And so on Saturday mornings, I remember there being a commercial, and it was rather long, and it was compassion, pass it along, and it was a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints commercial, and I mean, it was a beautiful commercial. It's a beautiful image. It's a beautiful message. It's a beautiful lie because I don't see it, and I think they put a lot of money into their advertisement media and their image, and that seems to be the case here. I mean, straight up. So, I don't know. Oh, okay. Emma said she was possessed by an actual individual. I know. Yes, and his name was Daddy. Ugh. Okay, how many of you guys think, 'cause I really didn't think this. I mean, I've circled it. How many of you think that there is SA between Daddy and Chatty? I mean, Chatty and Enema. I'm sorry, I said it earlier. That's the only thing that really goes with it. Emma, Chad and Emma. Donny Osmond. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kitchy One. Uh, Garth is lying to cover for his accessory to murder charge he could face since he found Tammy at 1 a.m. and didn't call till 6 a.m. Straight up. Straight. And thank you again, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I got to get away from this. I don't know if say got to get away from it, but you know what I'm saying. So I wanted to show y'all something too. Or I'll wait. I'll wait. So again, this is me trying to compile my thoughts, and I do till I get close to time, and then I'm like, I start scrambling. So I know it reflects in my work. um, okay, so I have that picked out. Let me get over here and share. I mean, I'm just, it's really nothing to look at, but it's better than just looking at me. So, all right. So what I did was I basically just went and this is from Lori's trial. Okay, so this was day 18. Live, and this describes pink foamy substance found on Tammy Daybell's mouth as 911 calls are played in court, in a court of law, right? So let's see. And so I just kind of picked out a few things that okay, so I'm just gonna start. 9:14. This is Lori's trial. So we're just going to kind of compare some things. Next witness on the stand is Fremont County Sheriff's Office Deputy Coulter Cannon. Fremont County Deputy Prosecuting Attorney. That's a mouthful. Tanya Rawlings will be questioning Cannon. Y'all remember Cannon? They don't like Cannon, and I don't think Cannon likes them either. I mean, it's really shitty what they did and said and how they think. We'll get to it. So Cannon has been a deputy for 9 years. This was last year, so 10. Okay. He was working a 12-hour shift on October 9th, 2019. He was called to 200 North, 1900 East in the county for a report of a suspicious individual who had pointed a paintball gun at a lady. Cannon was in the Egan area of Fremont County when he got the call. It took him 6 to 7 minutes to get to the house. He drove with his police lights activated, but shut them off. Smart. As he approached the house, so the suspect would not see him coming. It says, I was going to play this now, but I'll play it in a little bit. Joseph Murray, Tammy's son-in-law, and Tammy Daybell both called dispatch. This was the first time a lot of us, especially for me, I can only speak for myself, and it was the first time I ever got to hear Tammy's voice. She sounds so much like her sister, but I mean, for years, I mean, did not even know the sound of her voice. And that's how muted, in my opinion, she has been. So Cannon received a description from dispatch that the shooter was a man wearing all black with a black ski mask. He drove around to see if he could find anyone and could not. Okay. Cannon then knocked on the door, and Tammy, Chad, and Garth Daybell were there. Tammy came to the door. Ugh. Right. Okay. Cannon says Tammy was this what got me earlier when I was reading this out loud to Jason. Cannon says Tammy was a little nervous, but not shaken up. She said she had returned from the grocery store and was unloading groceries when she looked up. There was a man wearing all black standing there. She asked what he wanted, and the man then fired 2 shots at her. She screamed for Chad, and the man took off. Tammy thought it might be her son because they had the same build. That I was just like, whoa, okay. Shit just got real, and it changed over the past week for sure. Okay. Just saying. Cannon says Chad and Garth did not seem upset and were calm. Why? It's just like Lori, everybody's like, why is she not worried about where the kids are? I'm like, because they're not missing to her. That's what I was thinking. Like, they're not missing to her. And this is not a mystery to them. To who, to what degree? I don't know. Chad, 100%. But, Time will tell. Cannon spoke. Cannon spoke with Joseph Murray, who was caddy. I'm gonna say caddy corner, okay, or adjacent from the home cutting, from the home cutting wood. And again, this is the first thing that pops into my mind is cutting wood to, uh, finish burning maybe Tylee's limb debris. You know, I'm my theory has gotten way sicker, way more sick. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, nothing's off the table. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now. This happened. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. So, all right. Cannon spoke with Joseph Murray, who was kitty corner from the home cutting wood. He said he heard Tammy scream and then called 911. This happened a little before 9 p.m. Cannon says it wasn't super dark, it was dusk. Dang. Cannon looked around for shell casings and could not find anything. Cannon says Tammy was pretty convinced it was a paintball gun. Okay. On January 3rd, 2020, Cannon helped the FBI rake through the snow at Chad Daybell's house to locate any shell casings. No casings were ever found. There was no evidence of paint anywhere. Paintball, right? Rawlings has no further questions. So I'm going to go to this. I'm share the tab and just mute um, while I read the rest of this, right? Let me make sure that's playing. Yeah. Let me do this too. There we go. Front and center. Let me turn it just down. I want it being like that. Okay. All right. Yeah, if that happened to me, my husband would uh be all up totally upset. Someone in the dark was shooting paintballs at me. He'd be up in law enforcement's face helping me explain and listening. Exactly. Okay. Chad's not a man. First off. Garth was mama's boy, so I don't think he committed murder or was involved. And I get that. I do. I get that. But I mean, I don't know. Again, Tylee and JJ are my family, and just the way that I've witnessed the children, and I mean all of them, the siblings, all the Daybell siblings, how they have treated my dead family, my murdered family, and have disrespected me personally, um and my family, and so many more people, and that's just not cool. So I'm all about, I love everybody, but I don't have to like them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not pick a side, I'm not it's not a black and white thinking. I don't know. I can love people and still be critical and or um opinionated, um, you know, and not feel guilty. I don't. Squeaky wheel, you got a new picture. I can't think of the word. Maybe Chad's other three kids aren't willing to get up on the stand and lie for him. Would be hysterical if Blake called them in as rebuttal witnesses. Risky, yes, but it would be fun to watch. Yeah, it would. It would. Yeah. A grand jury would not find Garth guilty of perjury. Isn't that what they said? It's a bummer. But what about obstruction of justice? And that's another thing. With all these cult members, right? Both named and unnamed. Oh my God, how long have we heard that? How long has it just drove us crazy? So my thing is there are other charges that are lesser that could be pressed, that could, uh, set an example. I don't know, satisfy the general public, you know, um, maybe make people feel a little more safe. Maybe the offenders, would maybe repent or whatever. However, they got to justify it. I'm just saying. Again, I've had I've had traffic stops that are worse than these people being interviewed. Victims advocate. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Hey, duality reality. How are you? He was. He was a bishop. Uh huh. I know. I was looking over that today too. Badger Life. Yeah. So we got to think about, yeah, we have to think about Tammy, Charles, JJ, Joe, and Tylee because they're murdered. They were rated dark. They they were snuffed out straight up, unsuspecting, um, just living on, right? In a lot of ways, and I don't want, yeah, I there's part of me that sometimes is like, at least they got to bury their mom. At least they got to, and that's just me being or I don't know if it's selfish or if it's just me being like, I don't know. I don't know what that is, but and I mean, they got to do this. They got to honor her. They have chose not to though. However, that's not our fault. And I mean, and it may not be theirs, but I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see uh, Emma went straight to bat. It's like she had this ready to roll. She's been working on this the whole damn time. It feels like she she kind of guided it, in my opinion. She knew exactly what she was gonna say. Yeah, the kids are here. Yep. She knew exactly what to say, how to say it, and how to dig at her mother. How to dig. How many of y'all feel like they've made Tammy look weird, like super uber weird now? I mean, I just see her. I don't, but this is, if it were up to them, they'd be okay with that. Okay. They'd be okay with us thinking that she goes around rating little children in Sunday school or whatever it is, um, that she, gets shot at, and uh, they pretty much launch a gumshoe detective investigation, basically neighborhood watch type thing, and then um, it's just sad. Just the way they painted her. They painted her really weird. I can see her being silver with all the damn colloidal silver and just salve everywhere, right? For her bruises, all banged up, carrying boxes and shit. I'm just saying they're okay with that. And Chad is okay with, I'm going to say, allegedly burying his wife all the way in Springville, Utah, where she was from, where they were, lived most of their lives, and his name not being put on her gravestone. Okay. Um, Far, far away from where he brought the family in 2015 to Rexburg, Idaho. Okay. If he didn't plan on being there, then what's the difference? You know, why couldn't Tammy be buried in Rexburg, right there close to him and their children and their grandchildren? So it just, to me, the more distance Chad Daybell can put between him and Tammy, because this has nothing to do with Tammy, right? This has, me and Lori aren't that smart, you know. It's just really, it's gross, it's disgusting, it's depraved, and I really don't. At this point, anything's game because they're Chad Daybell for sure. I know we saw it with Lori. It's pretty fresh though with Chad. He's pretty sick. The dude is gone. I don't know if he was ever there. I don't think there was ever light in there. But anyway, so I'm gonna go back to the canon. Okay, the Fremont County Sheriff's officer that responded to the October 9th shooting of Tammy Daybell. Okay, so Archibald, this is from Lori's trial. Okay, Archibald cross-examining Cannon. He asked what Cannon did the night of October 9th. Cannon says Tammy did not have any paint on her, and there were no signs of paint in the area. Quote, "You look for bullet holes in a car?" Archibald asks. Cannon says he looked in the immediate area for shell casings and found nothing. That's what they're doing right now. That's what y'all are watching right now. Archibald has no further questions for Cannon. Prosecutors have nothing further, so Cannon is released from the witness stand. Then, let me take a sip. Deputy Helena Kayakamanu is the next witness. Lori's trial, okay? A year ago. She works for the St. Anthony Police Department, but was a 911 dispatcher with the Fremont County Sheriff's Office. Tanya Rawlings will be questioning her. Okay. Kaya Kamanu worked as a dispatcher for 2.5 years and was a supervisor. She took 911 calls and dispatched police, fire, and EMS to respond to those calls. Okay, I'm just making sure. Let's see how much. Okay. It's not like there's a buzzer or anything that tells me when it ends. Okay. La 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 la. Okay. The calls are recorded and stored. Kia Kamanu was working on October 9th and received 2 phone calls about the possible shooting. The first call came in around 9:30 to 9:45 toward the end of the dispatcher's shift. The next call came in around 5 minutes later. Kia Kamanu did not know Tammy Daybell but knew she was a librarian at school. The calls from October 9th were recorded. Rawlings asked to submit the calls into evidence. She plays the first bit of one call so that it can be authenticated. The entire call will then be played. All right, so let me do this. Hurry and pause it so I can get over here. All right, I'm going to push play.
Yeah, so my mother-in-law
Oh,
had just gotten home about 10 minutes ago, was unloading her car, and she thinks the man, but she's not 100% sure she didn't see, because they were wearing a ski mask, came up to her with the table again, but they started shooting at her. It wasn't loaded, and it didn't, he didn't know if he came out of it. But he kept asking what he was doing, he would respond, and then suddenly after she pulled out her husband, he ran off.
Okay, what's the address? Are you there? Hello? Are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. What's the address?
It's 199 North, 1900 East, Rexburg, Idaho, 83440. That's my address. She lives in Cape Horn. I don't know what her address is.
Okay, I need her address. What's her location?
I think it's 201, I think is her address.
201 North 1900 East?
North. Yep.
Does she know which direction he ended up running?
We headed east, back behind the house.
Okay, and did she give you a description of the clothing?
I didn't get one from her. I took all of that.
What is your name?
My name is Joseph Murray.
Okay, is this a good phone number for you?
Yep.
Okay, I am sending a deputy out to your mother's home.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
okay. Sorry, I was muted. Okay, so of course, I'm not very good at maps, so y'all know this. I'm good at directions or, finding I just kind of have to um, get my balance or catch my snap and kind of know where I'm at, know what to look for. But I'm not that bad. Not as bad as Emma is painting herself to be. Whether she is or not, I really just think that their credibility is shot. I mean, we have a choice and a consequence. Like my dad says all the time, Larry. Um, and so, you know, it's like that for everybody. So basically, I just kind of wanted to see, and this still really don't tell me, does it? I just need a northeast southwest kind of thing. I just need to know. Oh hell, let me just push it. I wonder why it says building. Interesting. Or is it 200? Oh gosh, I already forgot, y'all. Or I've listened to it so much, it's all running together. Maybe. Let's see. Let me go and look right here. I think it's 202. I really do. My bad. It's 200 north, 1900 east. Okay. My bad. Let's. I don't know if I can change it here. No, I can do it here. 200. Oh. Okay. So again, how do I freaking see if it's like, what does this do? Oh no, let's not do my location. How do you know which way is east? I mean, or is it just set? Let me see. I'm just because she's well, they say that he okay, where the hell is it at? Right here. Goodness. Damn throat. All right, so okay, they say it's right here. Why does it look weird? It's like I can't get my bearings here. It looks different. Okay, we're not gonna stay here long, so obviously. Oh goodness. I'm looking for, the air. Everybody's seen the damn aerial shot. It just don't look right. Okay, I see the cozy cone, right? So then this right here where I'm circling is where Emma, right? That would be where Emma and Joe Murray live. Oh, wait. No. Okay. Emma and oh my God. Emma and Joseph Murray would live right here at 201. And then this is where 200 north, 1900 east is, okay? Street view. Okay. We're not in Kansas anymore. Just know that. Okay. Cozy cone right there. Okay. Does this tell me which direction I'm facing? I don't know. I just need something to say. This side is east. This side is west. This side is north and south. Anyways. All right. So let me finish playing. Oh, I can't do that while I, all right. So just, let me go back here. All right. Let's continue this. We'll go back.
And Your Honor, I would next ask to publish State's Exhibit 230.
She has a little trouble playing it. If I could hear her say something, anything.
I apologize. Now I'm having to.
Okay.
October 9, 2019, 21 hours, 49 minutes, 20 seconds.
Fremont County Sheriff's Office.
Hi, I need to report something.
Okay, go ahead. What's the address?
Okay, at 202 North, 1900 East, the corner with the blinking yellow light on Salem Highway.
Is it a suspicious person?
Yes.
Okay, what was he wearing?
Oh.
He was all dressed in black and he had a ski mask on.
And he's at the blinking light now is where he's gone?
No, he's gone now because I pulled up into our driveway and I was getting stuff out of the back seat of my car and suddenly he was there and he had a paintball gun and he was and he was going to shoot at me. And I kept asking him what he was doing because I could tell it was a paintball thing. And then he just kept doing it. So I yelled for my husband, and then he took off running around the back of my house.
Okay, give you just 1 minute. Stay on the line with me.
Okay.
October 9,
You don't cry for that one, baby.
2019. 21 hours, 50 minutes, 28 seconds.
And that was North 1900.
Yes.
October 9, 2019. 21 hours, 50 minutes, 43 seconds.
Do you know what direction he was going?
He went behind my house, and it showed dark out there, and I just went in the house and got my husband and son, and then they went out and looked, and he was long gone by then. So he was on the north side of my house, is where he went to get away.
Okay.
He didn't say anything, or he just kept like he was holding the gun, like he was, had a rifle and was shooting at me. So, but nothing came out of the gun either, so I don't think it was loaded.
Okay, and what is your name, ma'am?
My name is Tammy Daybell.
Okay, I will pass your information on to my deputies. We actually just had a previous call about this individual, so they're out in the area looking now.
Okay, yeah, I think it was my son-in-law who lives diagonal from us that called you guys already.
Oh,
So
okay.
I just wanted to make sure it got reported. So
Let's see. And what's your son-in-law's name?
Joseph Murray.
Okay, yep, it was him.
Okay.
So, all right, I have a deputy that will be out at your home here shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, and then we're going to listen to a little bit of Kia Kamanu explain
And I
how
can hand those back to the bailiff, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
the paintball gate, we'll call it paintball gun gate. There's too many damn raccoon gates. There's all kinds of gates in here.
Reviewing those calls.
Yes.
And particularly, there's the call from Tammy Daybell into dispatch. Is that correct?
Yes.
And she describes the incident.
Yes.
Did you hear how she referred to the weapon?
Yes.
How did she refer to it?
When she first called in, she referred to it as a paintball gun. Throughout that conversation with dispatch, she also describes it as a gun and a rifle.
Did you also, I think you've already said,
Think
but did
so.
you review the reports in relation to that incident?
Yes.
Are you aware of a search that was conducted on an apartment associated with Alex Cox in Rexburg?
Yes.
Were you part of that initial search?
I was not.
At some point, did you learn of some firearms that were recovered during that search?
I was aware.
What, if any, action did you
And
take in
what,
relation to those
Robinette?
firearms that were recovered?
From
Text
my
or-
understanding, those firearms were taken by Rexburg PD for safekeeping. After the search warrant was served, they could not leave those there. During the investigation on the attempted shooting on Tammy Daybell and then her death, I ended up writing a warrant to seize those weapons and bring them into Fremont County for evidence.
Did you in fact seize those firearms?
I
I
don't
did.
know.
Do you recall photographing one of the firearms?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have what's been marked as State's Exhibit 281A. I have a copy for counsel, a courtesy copy for Your Honor, and the exhibit. I would ask that the witness be shown a copy of the exhibit.
Okay, I'll go look. I know. He's a gaslighter, y'all. That's the only thing that is on fire. Okay, it's not his loins. It's none of that. Everything else around him is on fire. Okay, because he is gross. All right, let me go grab this from Robinette. Hello, Cherokee girl. Welcome everybody that's coming in. Good to have you here.
And Detective Kaikamanu, do you recognize that firearm?
Yes.
Is this in fact one of the firearms that was seized?
Yes, it was.
What about this particular firearm caught your attention, if anything?
The ones that were seized, this one, to me, looking through them, resembled or could be looked at as a paintball gun during this incident of the attempted shooting on Tammy.
Where at?
And Tammy had also
Okay,
used the word
where was it?
rifle.
Yes.
Is
Hold
this
up.
in fact a rifle?
Let me pause it. Let me pause it. Because that would be interesting. What is it? What are you talking about? Not what are you talking about? I can't talk, obviously. I'm getting excited. Did anyone else catch it being said that Tammy tended to the pet cemetery? Was it in the 911 call just now? Okay. Oh, thank you, Beach Bum. Oh, miss you too. Lurkers. We welcome all lurkers, okay? And just if you'll do me a favor and just please hit the like button. It helps me fight the algorithm. And I don't want to be shadow banned. I'm tired of it. Okay. I've lived most of my YouTube channel life in the shadow ban gutters. So if you help, or you can help by, smashing the like button and sharing it out. Appreciate it. And thank you so much, Beach Bum, for the super chat also. All right. So, okay, I'm looking for Christy to see if she texts or she messages back. Not in the 911 call. I can't remember if it was Emma or Garth. Interesting. So, well, everybody that's in here is reading your comment and just heard me read it too. So let's just, I'll definitely keep my ears and eyes and all that good stuff peeled for that because that's interesting, and it's nothing like the man that you've been married to for, and again, okay, I don't even know if I should say it here. I'm just saying, but I picture Chad Daybell. He's one of in my opinion, okay, this is my conspiracy. This is my grossed out conspiracy, okay? But he gives me the vibes like he would just be that guy that would sit there on the couch or something and just be chewing his toenails straight up. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know. Just bleh. Anyways, I mean that if that was the grossest thing that he did, then we'd be okay. But we're not. Okay, so let's go back to, and so a lot of you guys, Robinette too, sent me directions so that we can kind of chart this in the maps, because you would think a map, unless it's not showing, unless I just don't know where to look. That's a good probability.
Did you take this photograph?
I did.
And is it an accurate depiction of the firearm seized?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would move for the admission of State's Exhibit 281A.
No objection, Judge. All right, Exhibit 281A is admitted.
And Your Honor, I would ask to be allowed to publish.
You may.
I just don't see how the ground being disturbed and no one questions it. Huh. And can you imagine? There's 2 children buried in his backyard, okay, while Tammy is still alive. I mean, it's just this man. If Chad is guilty, I'm just throwing that out there. God, I have my opinions, but anyways, we'll have to come back.
And Your
to
Honor,
it.
just to have a clear record of it, the state had begun to publish our copy. I've swapped that out and we have published the official exhibit,
Okay, thank you.
but it was an exact copy of it.
All right,
Come
well,
on,
the
Lindsay,
actual
you're
exhibit's now
slacking.
being
I'm
published
joking.
to the jurors.
Thank
She's
you, Your
not.
Honor. You indicated that this could resemble a paintball gun. I want to talk to you a little bit about your experience with paintball guns. What experience, if any, do you have with paintball guns?
Growing up, I shot paintball guns all the time, and then getting into my law enforcement career and getting on the SWAT team, we utilize paintball guns and paintball rifles that are set up similar to AR-15s for our training.
And what experience do you have with assault rifles?
Again, before my law enforcement career, I'd shoot them. And then once I got into law enforcement, we were issued a AR-15 and we would train with them. We train with them in SWAT training and we go to the range and shoot.
And you talked about that you were issued an AR-15. What is different between this and an AR-15?
I'll do some.
So this
shade.
rifle that you guys are looking at is actually a 6.5 Grindle. The ones that I was issued is an AR-15 that shoots 223s or 5.56. So the caliber is just that different. The lower is all the same. You just need to switch out the upper.
And based on your experience with both assault rifles and paintball guns, what part of this firearm did you believe could appear to be a paintball gun?
Yes,
So
Robinette.
if you look right here where this scope
Hopefully they
is,
will.
it is on the top of the rifle. On a paintball gun, the hopper is sometimes off to the side a little bit, just right about there on the rail. But in my experience, they've made paintball guns so advanced now that it could be on the top or on the side.
Or could have Alex over there trying to make baffles and stuff, to modify the gun. Anyways, but I forget what point. I just pinned a comment and it was about the weather. Okay. So, I mean, the other interesting, there's so many interesting facets around this. Okay. Sorry. I hope you don't mind me fixing my hair. One of them is the fact that there was an Operation Underground Railroad event. Okay. Okay, Lucy. All right. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Y'all are gonna think I'm weird with all my doubles I've showed y'all so many times it don't matter. Okay. This is something I made. It's a slide. Okay. This is Emma and Joseph Daybell Murray. Okay. I thought it was funny. Somebody had said that, and oh my God. Okay, so Emma had said that her name changed because she got married. She really did say it though, like that. She was like, "I got because I got married." I was like, "She got married, all right." Oh my gosh. Okay, so this fundraiser, y'all, I have been investigating. I have. For those of you who have been here, and we have done this. We're still doing it too. Tim Ballard. If you don't know who he is, you need to care about who he is. Okay. He is the Sound of Freedom guy. That's the movie that hit the box office last year, July 4th. It came out and it was produced or whatever. I don't even know the right label. Angel Studios is who they basically crowd funded it. And so this movie was being promoted, and all the while there's these investigations going on of Tim Ballard and Operation Underground Railroad right here, and it's an anti sex trafficking organization that claims and made lots and lots and lots of money. Okay. But it claims to rescue trafficked children and women, but really we've seen no evidence of that. And again, Tim Ballard is he was Mormon. Now he was kicked out of the LDS church September of 2023. He is used to speak on the same circuit as Chad and Rod Meldrum of the Firm Expo, the Firm Foundation, the Preparing a People. I wish people would at least cite it right. Nobody has cited it right in the trial. Have you noticed that? And so here we go. It's blurred again. Although they're defunct or whatever, that aspect of it, but they are still Latter-day Media. I remember doing research a while back. I mean, it was probably about a year or two ago. And there were at least 9 or 10 different companies that the owners of Preparing a People, basically the platform that was giving Lori, Chad, Melanie Gibb, Jason Mal, all these people, giving them a platform in which to spew this crap. Okay. And again, I really do. This is my hypothesis, my theory, my conspiracy. Okay. I'm not saying I'm smart or smarter than anybody else, or, I have been working this angle since 2020, early 2020. And I mean, it's just not corroborated yet. It's not vetted out yet. It's not confirmed yet. We still have 2 more trials to go in Arizona. And I've heard, this is hearsay, not confirmed yet, that Melanie Pulowski, whenever she traveled to Hawaii to, do the hula dance and stuff while Tammy was being murdered with Audrey Baratero and Lori Vallow. Okay. This is like mid-October. October 19th is whenever Tammy was murdered. And October 9th, this weekend that Tammy was shot at, the weekend of this Rexburg rescue run, Operation Underground Railroad, Tim Ballard, okay, was taking place. This is the event. This is the 5K or whatever that we have been told, or we have been, I guess, under the assumption that Tammy Daybell was training for. She was taking Zumba classes. She was taking clogging classes. Y'all, she was carrying just boxes, and carrying bags in, and they were giving her bruises on her arms, and she was turning silver. And you know what I'm saying? I'm being sarcastic with all that last part, but so all this is going on at the same time. And this is when Emma Daybell is also saying that she Googled, okay, because I guess me and her can see eye to eye on this, aren't very good with directional stuff. My thing is, you're not wearing pretty hair there. It's not like you're training for a damn beauty contest there, Emma. Okay? You're not. And he don't have any. So, I mean, he's balding there. So it's not like she's Googling. Okay. It's not like she's Googling it. It's just bullshit is what I'm saying, basically. So I can't even come up with anything to really just slam her ass for it, because that's some bullshit right there. She knew exactly what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and how she's very firm in her convictions, right? Take no prisoners kind of stuff. And I mean, we know that she was talking to Chad Daybell almost every day, according to Lindsay, whenever she was on cross with Emma. Anyway, so again, this event was September 7, 2019. This is just a day or two. We don't know what day Tylee was actually murdered on. Okay. We don't even know how the baby died. We don't know how that baby girl died. Okay. And this dude right here, Joe, okay, this is the same weekend that Tammy got shot at. Okay. So Tammy actually, I was told that Tammy actually took this picture of Joe, Emma, and her grandbaby. Okay. And then Emma says that I think the principal said that Tammy crossed the finish line, and Emma said, well, if he saw Tammy cross the finish line, it's just because she was right there. And it may be so. Still, she was right here being a damn good mom and a damn good grandmother to this one right here. The girl. Okay. It's gross. And so also we have the BYU. Oh my gosh. What is going on with my throat? I gotta mute. Okay, so then we have BYU interview with Joe Murray, BYUI, which is right there in Rexburg. Okay. Oh my God. BYUI radio. And it's Joe Murray. It's like a promo. Okay, we're gonna listen to it because the lady actually says something about the weather. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard it. So, but I mean, for those of you that haven't, I'm looking. Joe Murray. No, we don't need the Joe Murray show. Let me type this a little better. BYU Talk Radio. Oh, Joseph. How about Joseph? Yeah. Okay. I mean, last time it was like boom, boom. Oh, I know what. I'm sorry. Okay. Rexburg race. What? What the hell? Oh my God, y'all. Okay. You know how you just find stuff, right? What the hell is this? So BYU Talk Radio, Joseph Murray interview, Rexburg race, right? Keywords right here. But then there's this. It says TikTok, discover what does mounting mean, Mormons? And it says Murray, Insta story, Eldon, ring shadow of JK, I love you, Idaho College, FYP, Mormons, BYU student interview, unhinged informal marriage. And I'm like, oh, okay. I do want to see. I don't know why. I'm just a glutton for punishment. I hope we don't have a bunch of music.
I don't know how people don't know about this.
What even
Is
is
this
it?
like
So there's a
soaking?
mounter, there's a Mountie, and then there's people in the mounting. So the mounter is usually one who's driving. The Mountie is the passenger. The Mountie doesn't know that there's other people in the car, hidden in the back. There could be tarps, there's blankets. They just don't know they're in the back. And you take them to go out church parking lot. It doesn't matter. It's kind of fun.
What are your thoughts on spotlighting?
Big fan of it. I mean, you just shouldn't be like premarital hand holding, kissing, all that. Should probably get arrested, death penalty type deal.
What are your thoughts on Nick Mose?
I love them to an extent.
What's the extent?
When it comes to Beware UI, people like Nick Mose, but then the majority of those people get attached
Who's
to
a
the
Nick
people
Mo?
they have Nick Mose with. So if you keep it strictly at a Nick Mo, then it's fine.
What the
Have you
hell's a
ever
Nick
watched a
Mo?
radar movie?
Zootopia has some scary scenes. I'm at the
Oh,
Otter.
Lord.
He kind of goes on a little rampage. I'm pretty sure he beat his wife, but I can't confirm.
Did you use VidAngel to watch it?
It tried to skip it and put up this little alert, but I denied it. Shouldn't have. Gave me nightmares.
What's the quickest you've seen somebody get engaged on campus?
Some guy came up to this girl. He thought she
Oh.
was like super cute, and then just
Okay.
proposed to her on the spot. I mean,
Oh
they're
damn! I should
happily-
just read the comments a long time ago because Nick Mo is NCMO, means non-committal makeout for those who don't know Utah Mormon shit. We can't keep up with the labels, y'all. I can't. I'm just saying. I'm good. Okay. So I don't know why it's not coming up. Wouldn't that be something if it was scrubbed? Oh, I know. Hold on, please. Okay, can we switch to my regular account there? I want my regular account. Okay, let's do difficult research. All right. Oh, cheese and rice, it's like pulling teeth. It's like trying to get the Daybells to tell the truth. Okay. It would be right here. Another thing I want to tell you about, I'll tell you in a little bit. Okay, Rexburg run race or whatever. Okay. Just looking. I know it's SoundCloud. I have it embedded somewhere, but I'm like going looking for it. Just going to take me forever. Anyways, I think that's it. That's one of them. That's bullshit. Joseph Murray. Right here. Damn. Okay. I was looking in another Google account. But
Hi, I'm Cammie Judd with BYU Idaho Radio. I'm here today with Joseph Murray, a volunteer with the organization OUR and the director of Rexburg Rescue Run. It's an event that's going on this weekend, and we're really grateful that you're here today. So we kind of wanted to get some more information about the organization that's kind of putting on this event. What does OUR stand for?
OUR stands for the
Lies.
fight against human trafficking throughout the world. It's a global organization. It goes throughout all the dark areas of the world.
It goes throughout all the dark areas of the world. Okay. Straight up. I want people to think, because I was thinking about this earlier. I've always thought that Tylee and JJ this is sex trafficking. This is human child sex trafficking. Okay. One of the ways it's not done how Ballard and Sound of Freedom movie put it out there. It's propaganda. Okay. And I mean, I've been researching the guy for almost going on 4 or 5 years. And I just, it's in my gut. My gut feeling has always said to me that this goes all the way up. I can't prove that 100% wholeheartedly, but I sure have been here, just kind of looking at, no, not kind of, I've been looking at the evidence. I've been listening to the evidence. I've been studying all the things that have been said, all the things that Lori Vallow told my beautiful Uncle Charles, okay, about becoming a God and ushering in the second coming of Jesus Christ, sent here to lead the 144,000 into the new millennium, okay, not having to eat, not having to sleep, not having to shit, straight up, whatever. So I'm sure it's ripe in there. Anyways, I can just hear KJ. So my thing is I study all the things that have been said because I am a nevermo. Okay. But I mean, I know more about the Mormon religion than I ever. Okay. First off, I don't know. It just wasn't my thing. this isn't really my thing, but I want to get to the truth. The truth deserves to be told because this is Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe's truths. They were silenced. This is like what I took on, what I vowed to do for the rest of my life. It's just to hold these people accountable and expose them. That's really, I never did say expose them. That wasn't in my vow that I made to my dead family, but it's just one of the ways that I feel I can be the most effective, being just one person with some badass people in the chats all the time. I really, y'all are just thebomb.com. Okay. So, but I just, with all the financial, exploitation, abuse, the spiritual abuse, just every abuse. Okay. They took the lives of innocent children. First off, somebody did. Tylee didn't just go fall apart. Sorry to be so blunt. She didn't just go fall apart and bury herself and burn herself. Okay. She didn't do all that. And JJ didn't bound himself in duct tape, like a mummy. Okay. And bury himself under rocks and perfectly cut roots and all the things. Okay. He didn't do that either. So these kids didn't do this, and this was done to them, and they were abused horribly and stripped away like a narcissist does, in my opinion. They want control. This shows nothing but control, taking Tylee's cell phone away, stripping her of her bank cards, and then having everything go into Lori's own account so her and Chud can go and they're nasty. Okay, they're just straight up nasty. And these are the people, okay, that purport to be saving and rescuing trafficked children and women, vulnerable women and children. And my gut has always told me that bullshit. Tom Harrison, Visions of Glory. Okay. A lot of you know what Visions of Glory is. It's a book that was found on Lori's person when she was served in Hawaii, with papers to report her children in Idaho within 5 days. Okay. That didn't happen. Another thing to note right there is Chad Daybell didn't say, when Lori got served, he didn't say, "What kids? You have kids? Oh my God, I didn't know." No, he's looking at the papers. He's engaged. Okay. They know what they're doing. They know what they did, and we all saw it, and it's gross. But anyways, let's continue.
And goes and rescues children and other individuals who are caught in this trade.
No.
All right. And then that's kind of their
Okay.
purpose.
Actually, what you can say there in lieu of that, you can say they go, and I'm just going to say this. This is just my speculation. Don't come at me again, Joe Murray. Anyways, mine is that they are projectors, just like Chad, Lori, just like all these other people. Okay, birds of a feather flock together, y'all. And everything that they are doing and saying and raging about and raising money about and exploiting people about over, it's either Jesus, scriptures, it's everything that you love, everything, songs, you name it, everything pop culture. Okay, they've tried to claim it. Thunderstorms, straight up, they've tried to take thunderstorms. And then Emma tried to sneak in that little rainstorm singing the other day. I was like, no, bitch, no. No. And again, it makes me think of Aunt Vicky whenever her and Lauren did that that live the other day on Hidden True Crime, and they laughed, and I laughed, Jason laughed, we laughed so hard because Aunt Vicky, Tammy's aunt, she said, "It's just nothing but a drizzle." I was like, oh my God, right? It's poetic. It's poetic justice, y'all. And we take it where we can. And so that's a good laugh. It's a good palate cleanser too. Anyway,
and it's for Operation Underground Railroad, right? Is the name of it.
Correct.
But like you said, it focuses more on trafficking versus the old understanding of what the Underground Railroad used to be. So I understand that you guys have that upcoming race. Like I said, it's going to be this weekend in Rexburg. So what inspired you guys to have this race?
Money.
So I actually ran the race that was put on for this organization in the past. Actually, it was in 2017. And I had messaged the page to ask them if they were going to do it again. And They said that, that they didn't have the time to do it, the person that had done it in the past, and said that if anybody else wanted to do it, they would support them. And after contemplating and talking with my wife for a little bit, we decided that this was something I could do. I've always wanted to put on a race, but really I wanted to support this great cause as I came to know about it more.
Again, I really do think that they are putting, because in 2 weeks from this date, okay, JJ's murdered. What do they have? A Firm Foundation, Firm Expo conference. Okay. What do you think that I'm just going to put this here. What do you think that they are doing? And I'm not saying everybody that goes to these, I'm not saying that. Okay. Check yourself. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying these people, this is what's going on in the background. Okay. There are children that come up missing all the time. All the time. How many have come up just since Tylee and JJ came up missing? I mean, I used to not even be able to look at the other kids that were missing. I used to feel guilty about that because I couldn't fit it in my brain or my heart. I couldn't. I was like, I'm sorry, kid. I'll come back later. But I couldn't because they were missing and we didn't know where they were. I didn't know where they were for sure. None of us did. They did. Now it's like, to what degree? And this is a secret society. It is. Okay. Okay. I just want to be able to talk straightforward with you. Melanie Gibbs said, you got to watch out for the Gadahanton robbers. About the secret society, the 7-page eval letter she wrote to eval when she was, just coming clean and coming with truth and just trying to do right by all the victims. And she is lying. Okay. Because again, you can say everything you want to say, but your actions speak volume. Okay. And that's all these people. I think that they are using these conferences, these gatherings, if you will. They're using these gatherings to conjure KJ. I'm sorry. Oh, my brain's going in 50. This is important though. It goes with it. KJ in the Ray. We love KJ in the Ray. Okay. She had, whenever the jailhouse call of the coded call, heavily coded call between Lori and Chad. It was the day before the police went and searched and unearthed Tylee and JJ on June 9th. So it was June 8th, okay, 2019. I'm sorry, 2020, when this jail coded call took place. Well, KJ, in my opinion, broke it down. I was like, whoa, she broke it down really well. And so I'm catching a theme here, is what I'm saying. There is a Janet Russin reading, okay? And it's all religious, right? Religious, not. They're talking, in my opinion, they are talking and maybe giving orders. I know I sound crazy, but they're the crazy ones. And that's what makes Uncle Charles look the way he looked, okay? He looked crazy. He sounded crazy to the cops. Nobody believed him, okay? I'm just saying, I'm not making you, believe the way I believe. I'm just saying, just kind of consider it. Nothing's off the table in my opinion. So secret means hidden, or not in front of everybody. So does a cult. It means hidden. Literally means hidden. But this Janet Russin, it's like an 8-minute call. I'm sorry, 8-minute reading that she's doing, and it's about Nephi. And she's like, no, not the prophet Nephi, not that one, not the ancient Mormon prophet, silly Sally's. No, I'm channeling basically Tim Ballard's great-great-grandfather, Nephi Anderson. Okay, Anderson, put a pin in that, because I think that's going to tie into the Hamblin case down the road. It also ties into President M. Russell Ballard, who passed away November 12th, 2023. I'd say his exit was just, I don't know, it was just a coincidence. I don't really believe in those, but whatever. And so President Ballard was approving, he sanctioned these couples' ruses, which Tim purported that that he would take women who were ops on these ops, okay, to go save children for Operation Underground Railroad here, okay? And they'd mainly go to Haiti. They go to third world countries, so that should scare you. And basically, Tim would say that, okay, you and I Okay. We have to pretend like we're married or we're dating. Like, you're just so wild about me. Okay. He's married. He's got like 9 billion kids. 9, I think. 2 are adopted. I think that's for sure. I'm sorry to say that, but I do. And so it's basically like his whole thing is we have to convince the traffickers that we have chemistry and that we aren't undercover cops. Okay. That first off, that's just stupid. Okay. Stupid. But these traffickers smell pheromones. Okay. And it's just dumb. But you want to know what it really is? You want to know what it really is? It's Chad Daybell's. I think we met in a pre-existence. We've been married before. That's been used by Tim Ballard as well on these women, allegedly. That's been used allegedly by Tom Harrison, okay, who's involved in this, the Daybell case, Chad, it's alleged. And there's quite a few. I hope, those sources come forward and maybe do some interviews, help us really move forward in this story. Exposing these people. Tom Harrison, he's been a freaking therapist. He was a licensed therapist for the longest time. Also, he was getting recommended clients just like Jody Hildebrandt. Speaking of Jody Hildebrandt, she was with him with the whole Eternal Core conference. Okay, Ruby Frankie and Jody Hildebrandt were the 2 Mormon ladies that they're guilty for egregious child abuse, which I think Ruby Frankie's children, the 2 that by the grace of God are alive. I think that would not be the case if he wouldn't have broke free and got help. So there's weird stuff going on with that, with the journals that Ruby kept. Really weird religious stuff. Okay. And this Tom Harrison's in that. Tom Harrison's in the Hamblin case, which goes all the way back to the 80s, 90s, the satanic panic ritual abuse. Okay. It's never gone away. Okay. Because it's never been addressed. It's never been acknowledged. It's never been it's never faced the damn court of law. Okay. Because there's people in high places. Okay. And I mean, and then if we don't believe the people and people like Charles, I'm me too, hashtag me too, right? Because I'm never going to shut up about it. They would have to silence me, and that's not a threat. I mean, that's not a challenge either. But we got to stand up. Okay. It's weird and it's freaking horrific and it's just bizarre, but that's what works for them. That's why they do it. Anyways, let me shut up.
Awesome. And so with that, how long are the races like this for this event?
So the longest race is a half marathon, 13.1 miles. The second longest is our 10K, which is 6.2 miles. And then the 5K, which is 3.1 miles. And then we also are doing a kids 1 mile run. And that one is actually free of charge for any kids ages.
I wonder if Tammy could walk in that one.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. So everybody in the whole family can get involved. That's
exactly.
Great.
And it comes with a free shirt for the kids as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. That's awesome. And so I know it's in Rexburg, but where is the race route running through or around for those? Maybe they're not running, but they want to be aware of where it's at so they can kind of
avoid it,
deal with the traffic, I guess.
So it'll start over by Smith Park. It will be on the corner of 3rd East and 1st North.
Okay.
Is where the race will start. It will then go up North Hill Road, up over to Barney Dairy Road, and kind of over into Moody, and then it'll come back around. So it'll be out mostly in the country, not a lot of city traffic. There will be a little bit over kind of by the Public Health Center.
Okay.
That will have a little bit of the race, but for most of it, it'll be out in the country.
Okay. So that's kind of nice. And so like you were talking about a little bit earlier, kind of the mission of the OUR organization, what would running this race help them do?
Sorry.
That's a great question. The money the proceeds that we are able to acquire through this race will actually help fund their future missions that they do throughout the world.
There you go.
Since OUR is actually a nonprofit organization, they don't get any, they don't have any monetary
Oh God.
means. And so this
I
helps
beg to differ.
to further their rescues throughout the world. And not only does OUR go out and rescue, they also are able to give the aftercare to these individuals that need it. For example, if they need some psychological help, some counseling, they're able to help them with that. They're able to, in fact, there was a lady who was rescued and needed some orthodontic care. OUR was able to fundraise money to help that individual after
Did
the
you
fact
see it?
to be able to get
I need
the
proof.
care that she needed.
Okay, great. And so how much does it cost to enter the race?
So for our 5K, it is $20. Our 10K is $25. And then our half marathon is $35. And again, the kids 1 mile is free.
Okay, awesome. And so
together.
where can people go to sign up for the race if they want to join the fight?
So they can go to, it's raceentry.com is where our races sign up is at. Or if they are having a hard time finding it, the registration link is on our Facebook page at Rexburg Rescue Run.
All right, great. Yeah, because I know, like you mentioned, it's
Every
been called
damn
other
year,
things in
y'all.
the past. So I want to very clearly say like the name where they can find it now, because getting the information is really important. And so what time does the race begin? And it's on Saturday, correct?
It is Saturday. Yep. It begins at 8:00 a.m.
Okay. And are you guys going to start the half, or everybody starts at 7?
So at 8 a.m. the half will start, and then 8:30 will be the 10K. 9 o'clock will be the 5K, and then the kids 1 mile will be at 9:45.
Oh, okay, great.
So every half hour except for the kids.
Okay.
So that way their parents, if they want to be able to see them come in, they're able to be there for it. So
Perfect. And so if you've never run a 5K or an event like this, what should you expect as a runner if you decide to sign up?
That you aren't required to run the whole way. This race, luckily, isn't just
Tammy.
about competition. It's about supporting a great cause.
Mm.
So if you want to walk the 5K, you're more than welcome to walk the 5K. In fact, my parents are doing the 5K walking, and then there is a OUR volunteer. Her name is Robin Freeman. She's also doing the walking of the 5K. So you don't have to be a runner to join.
That's awesome. And so the weather's looking really good for this weekend. So hopefully it holds and all that kind of stuff. So that's perfect. And then
go back and let's right. I mean, she just kind of slipped that in the other
they
day.
can go online to sign up. And then what if people don't necessarily like to run, but they want to get involved with the cause as far as OUR is concerned?
That's a great question. OUR is always looking for volunteers. And especially this run, we're looking for any volunteer help that anybody might want to donate to the cause. They don't have to run or even walk. They can just volunteer their time if they would like.
Okay. And how would they go about doing that?
If they would contact me through Facebook on Rexburg Rescue Run, I will be able to set them up with my volunteer coordinator.
Okay, that's great. And so, so even if you don't want to run, but you just want to help out, and then obviously you can always donate just online, I believe, through their organization.
Correct.
To be able to help them out. And so if somebody had never heard of the organization, what would you kind of tell them about it to kind of explain what is going on?
So globally, the largest growing industry is actually
enterprise
child pornography. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it's a very sad thing that's the case. And the United States is one of the greatest consumers of it.
Porn, dude.
And so Operation Underground Railroad actually goes and acts the part to be able to break these operations. And they're able to rescue these little children. The organization was founded by Tim Ballard. He used to work for the federal government, and he actually oversaw some the human trafficking for that area. But then he realized his hands were a bit tied because there was only so much he could do, and it was within the United States. He couldn't go and help those that were being abused in that way by even our own citizens. And so he wanted to do more. And so he founded Operation Underground Railroad. In fact, there is a documentary that is on Amazon Prime. It's called Operation Toussaint, and
Super
that
cool.
gives the best description for what OUR stands for.
And
It
it turned into
shows what
some
they do,
freedom.
how they help, and you'll be able to have a lot better understanding.
Thank you so much for sharing that information. And so yeah, is there any other information that you'd like to share today with us?
Mostly we'd like to thank our sponsors, and number one, our greatest sponsors, actually, the Pediatric Place. They are the ones that made this event possible so that we can make this cause go forth.
Awesome. That's great. All right. Thank you so much for being here again, Josh. With BYU Idaho Radio, I'm Cammie Chen.
I'm Josh. Okay. So I didn't go far back enough, obviously.
Thanks for starting your day with BYU Idaho Radio. I'm Ted Drinkwater with your morning headlines for Monday, March 25th.
All right. Okay. But she said, it looks like the weather's going to be good this weekend. So hopefully that'll hold up. It was something to that effect. So, and this is it. This is, okay. This is, and it's actually September. They're actually displaying the I don't know why it's so dang large. Oh, I mean, I have it down to 67. Damn. But September 7, 2019 is what they're advertising. But this race is for, join us, 9/19/2024. I suggest you watch your children, you watch your husband, you watch your wives, you watch your neighbors. Okay. Just saying, something's pretty sketch. And it's one of those things that's happening at the same time. And people don't, I mean, because you think religious people, right? You're like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, just think about a bunch of Melanie Gibbs and a bunch of David Warwicks and Zulema Pastinas and Melanie Pulowski's and Lori Ballows and Chad Daybells. Okay. David Warwick. They are, what you allow is what will continue. So here we are. Okay. 5 years later, here it is. So it's weird that they are even Saturday, September 7th. Okay. So, I mean, when was Tylee murdered? Was it during this? I know I'm kind of going all over the grid, but I mean, it all ties in together. It's all just as important, in my opinion. I know a lot of you are tired of hearing this part of it, but it's what I do. So, I'm looking for raccoons right now in my photos. Oh, there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit of raccoons. Okay. I got a lot of raccoons. Like this one. You want your cornbread? That's what they're going to ask Chad. You want your cornbread? Now, this was actually taken by Megan Music. It was right there by Chad Daybell's house, and it was during the day. So it's just one of those things. But, right? Poor raccoons. All right. I'm looking. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. This. Okay. Emma Murray Daybell, please. This was her profile picture while the children were missing. Okay. Let me see when this was from. If it'll tell me, it might be later. Okay. Well, this screenshot I took September 10th, 2020. So, I usually have more than one copy and I have way more than one account. Let's see. Same. Chad, I'm still alive. Blame your shit on someone else. Okay, so but her whole thing on her look, it's raccoons. Okay? Mother effing raccoons in a canoe on a log. All right? So this is not funny and it's not cute. This is nasty. Please respect my family's privacy at this time. Respect? My siblings and I are not making comments to media. Well, this is a comment. I'm just saying. This is what we're dealing with. All right? And so that's disgusting to me. That is a slap in the face. And if Joe Murray doesn't like flipping effing cops passing by his residents that he chose to move into the murder house. Okay. Him and his family chose to move into the murder house. Okay. You signed up for this, dude. Okay. My thing is, again, Lori had just became competent. I traveled to Rexburg with my parents to attend that trial. I mean, that hearing. Went to the fence that is not on the Daybell property anymore. It was just me and my friends, one vehicle. Okay. We were attending to the fence and just honoring the children. Okay. Remembering them. And Joe Murray came outside with his cell phone right behind a cozy cone. And he was pointing at, it's like he was videoing us. And I was just like, what the F, dude? I mean, I feel like I have more kajongas than he does. Just saying. So hurt people, Please respect my family's privacy at this time. My siblings and I are not making comments to media yet. We're going to go in front of the TV camera of the news reporter and stick our tongue out like a damn brat. Okay. My kids don't even do that. And we're going to make out with our husband here because we're insecure. And then we're going to put raccoons but say, please respect my family. Kiss my ass straight up. Okay. Straight up. It's stuff like that just pisses me off all over again. You want your cornbread? Right. Just saying. Again, Raccoon Gate. Here we go. Oh, I went and watched a lot of these. I didn't fix the aspect, but here it is. These are kind of funny. The Ringo and Bonnie show's better. Oh, I ain't gonna listen to that. All right, let's get out of here. There we go. All right, so okay, I'm gonna play this some more while I go gather some stuff. And then I want to show you this. I found the channel and I was like, oh my God. And I'm not going to take credit for it. Okay. So that's just not how I work. And I'm like, well, I can just explain it and just credit her. But no, people are like, oh, did you hear what Chris? You know what I mean? I don't like that. So I like to give credit where it's due. Because I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody brainstorming and coming up with theories and so on. So let me get to that. It is right here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to switch to this one and I'm going to push play.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to Crime Time with Jess. Sorry that we had that little audio issue. But let's get back into this. So with one rebuttal witness, the state blew up Chad and Garth Daybell's story. Jason McKay Abeglin, he goes by McKay, got up on the stand and confidently, but without malice, recanted what Garth Daybell told him about the night Tammy Daybell died, while the two of them worked together at a haunted house. So let's watch McKay recount what Garth told him, and then we will rewatch Garth's recounting of that night, and then we'll go over what McKay's testimony means for Garth and his father, Chad. So the audio issue has been fixed, and we shouldn't have a problem. I'm going to play McKay now.
It's a good damn theory, in my opinion.
Mr. Abeglin, do you know an individual named Garth Daybell?
Yes, I do.
How do you know him?
We work together at a haunted attraction called Haunted Mill.
And where's the Haunted Mill located?
It's in Teton, Idaho.
And when you say Teton, Idaho, is that the city of Teton?
Yes.
Do you recall approximately when you worked there with Garth?
I started working there, I think, in 2016, and we had worked together for quite a few years. But I worked like right next to him. The year of 2019, we worked, really close.
And when you say you worked right next to him, can you explain a little bit what you mean by that?
He was just one room over from mine, and so if it was slower, we could like talk to each other and stuff. So
And with the Haunted Mill, typically how long is that open? Is it a seasonal attraction?
Yep, it's open for roughly the month of October.
And so in October of 2019, you were working in close proximity to Garth.
Sure.
Yes.
At some point, did you and Garth develop a friendship?
Yeah, we did.
Did you sometimes hang out outside of work?
We went to a few haunted houses together after the season had ended. Yeah.
Did you hang out when you were at work and associate with each other?
Yes.
It's also a racial slur. Okay. Coon can equate to dark, can equate to people with black skin. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Louisiana. I'm a coon ass. Okay. I'm Cajun French. And we are called coon asses, and we're proud of it. So, but I know how this word has been used to hurt people, you know, just because of the color of their skin. And so this is what they do. It makes perfect sense to me as far as Chad actually texting Tammy. In my opinion, he confessed. He is gathering up the limb debris. That's Tylee's limbs, I'm sure. I know that's horrible. I hate even said that, or that we have to say that kind of stuff, you know. And that he refers to as Johnson as a storm. Okay, we know that. I don't even want to talk about the coming storms. Okay, because again, I'll go back to Aunt Vicky's response to that, and I mean, we get drizzle. So make it rain, son. Make it rain. Gross. And so, in my opinion, he was telling on himself because they like to gloat. Look at what Emma Daybell just showed you from the raccoon text, and please respect my family. She's saying while she's sticking her tongue out and not helping with the search, not helping with anything. Ooh, just more smoke and mirrors. So I really think that the whole raccoon, dark, it's a nuisance. So are zombies, so are dark kids and dark people, you know, who are in your way. Ugh, in my opinion.
Did Garth generally talk to you about any issues within his family?
Nope.
Do you recall an occasion when he did share something with you about some family issues?
He told me it was the following weekend after his mom's passing. He talked about that.
What do you recall him telling you about that?
I remember he said that he found her when he got home from work, and he didn't know where his father was. And I don't remember if he said that she was in the bed or next to the bed, but she said she was kind of pale and her lips were blue.
I mean, just where the hell was Chad? That's still the question of the damn year.
If we are to believe this friend, then Garth found his mother around 1 to 1:30 a.m. That's I'm allotting time, you know, for him to get home because his friend says, you know, they typically got off between 12:30. If it was a later night, maybe 1 o'clock. Garth himself says that he got home around 1 o'clock. So Chad is gone, which is huge. Okay. And nobody calls 911 until 5:45 a.m.
Alex Cox 2.0.
This witness is a great witness because he has no dog in the fight. He has no reason to lie, as there's no benefit to him lying or even telling the truth, really. So, but let's go back to Chad being gone.
Hey,
if Chad was gone, why didn't Garth call 911? That seems the most reasonable thing for someone to do. And if Chad was gone, where did he go? Most people, myself included, have speculated that Chad was dropping Alex Cox off at the church near the Daybell home, as we've heard testimony that Alex's phone pinged that night, October 18th, at the church. So
my thing, and so y'all are doing a way better job than me, because I'm like, I mean, I was so nervous about even saying this out loud. I was like, oh my God. I mean, I'm just like, I've read about what goes on, you know, reading about the Hamblin case. I mean, that's just one of the many, but I think this group is spurring off of that group. Okay. And they go into these meeting houses, they go into the churches, they go into the temples, they do these things, whether I see it or not, you see it or not. I don't go in the temple, but you know what I'm saying? It's usually done in plain sight. And that's because, and then they gaslight us about it. If we do see anything, finding the owl pendulum and stuff in the church, really bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. And if so, that's just even, it just, again, goes with the rest of the damn story. Just as depraved. But I was like, I talked to this guy who's been investigating the ritual abuse case, the Hamblins, that's still, after 30 years, still trying to hold their parents and 144 plus other people going all the way to the tippity top of the Mormon church and politics, Utah politics, just it's gross. And it ties into Jeffrey Epstein. So there you go. It does. We've done it through John Huntsman. John Huntsman used to be the governor for Utah. He's buds with Mike Lee. Mike Lee spoke on these preparing a people / firm foundation events where Chad and Tim Ballard and Jason Mao spoke. 3%. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different angles of this, but these are dangerous people, okay? Because they don't have a conscience, in my opinion, as we can see. So I don't want to become, anyways, I just want to be loud, and I want to have many people walking beside me, in lockstep, because power in numbers, in my opinion. But the thing is, there's more going on here, and it's not so far. It's not a far reach. It was at first. I'm just like, there's no way. There's no freaking way. How am I gonna do this? But as things have progressed and things have been bursting at the seams in the Mormon true crime genre area, I mean, it's bad. Okay, it's bad. So, I mean, all I'm saying is John Huntsman Jr. His name was found in Jeffrey Epstein's Little Black Book. Okay, there's a whole secret society in Utah. There's the Skull and Bones. Okay, I think Tom Harrison is part of that. Allegedly, we'll never know. President M. Russell Nelson, he is. Okay, so was M. Russell Ballard. Okay, so, anyways, enough of that weird stuff, right? Let me get back over here.
So let's listen to Garth's testimony about the night his mother died. And we're going to go to that now.
Oh, I was like, what? Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. And so I'm putting her link in the chat. Please subscribe to True Crime with Jess.
I'm going to start it here.
So about 7-ish, I left, and she was sitting on the couch and said, "Have a fun time. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll let you sleep in."
Okay. And then at some point you got home at about what time?
So I got home about 1 a.m. shortly after that.
Okay. And then at that point, again, you previously testified the distance between your bedroom and your mother and father's bedroom. Is that right?
Yes.
And the distance there was about how far?
About 20 feet.
Okay. And then at some point, did you hear anything coming from your mother and father's bedroom?
As I passed their bedroom, I heard my father snoring.
And is it clear that it was your father snoring?
Yes.
Okay. You had no other indication that your mother was snoring or making any noise?
I didn't hear anything of that sort.
You didn't see any images in the bedroom of any kind of a struggle or a fight or any kind of an altercation, did you?
No, as far as I knew, it was a normal night.
Okay. And then at some point, what did you do after you went into your bedroom?
I got on my computer and
Hold on, I just got excited because I heard this. Some kind of struggle or fight. Okay. Tammy wasn't murdered, right, Pryor? Oh,
yes.
You had no other indication that your mother was snoring or making any noise?
I didn't hear anything.
Let me
Did you
go
hear
back
anything
again.
coming from your mother and father's bedroom?
As I passed their bedroom, I heard my father snoring.
And is it clear that it was your father snoring?
Yes.
Okay. You had no other indication that your mother was snoring or making any noise?
I didn't hear anything of that sort.
You didn't see any images in the bedroom of any kind of a struggle or a fight or any kind of an altercation, did you?
No, as far as I knew, it was a normal night.
Okay.
Just
And
saying.
then at some point, what did you do after you went into your bedroom?
I got on my computer and I watched YouTube for a few hours.
And when you say a few hours, what does that mean?
Till about 3 a.m. So
Okay.
2 hours-ish.
Okay.
Me too.
And then at early in the morning, at some point, you were
Mhm.
awoken. Is that right?
Yes.
And how were you awoken?
I will too.
I heard my dad saying, Garth, get up. I need help.
Okay.
And I got out of bed and ran over to help.
And then when you walked into your parents' bedroom, what exactly did you observe?
I observed my mother had rolled partially out of bed with her legs entangled in the sheets.
Did he just say murder right here?
My instinct was,
I
she needs
missed it.
help.
I'm
So I
reading comments.
immediately
I missed
grabbed her by the shoulders and lifted her up back into the bed.
Okay.
Let's go back.
Okay.
Ran over to help.
And
Garth, get up. I need.
YouTube for a few hours.
And when you say a few hours, what does that mean?
Till about 3 a.m. So
Okay.
2 hours ish.
Okay. And then at early in the morning, at some point, you were awoken. Is that right?
Yes.
And how were you awoken?
I heard my dad saying, Garth, get up. I need help.
Okay.
And I got out of bed and ran over to help.
And then when you walked into your parents' bedroom, what exactly did you observe?
I observed my mother had rolled partially out of bed with her legs entangled in the sheets.
Dead people don't roll.
My instinct was, oh, she needs help. So I immediately grabbed her by the shoulders and lifted her up back into the bed.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Garth's testimony here is in complete contrast to his friends. Did you notice prior asking about a struggle if Garth heard one? Have
Okay.
you all noticed how much we continue to hear about the Cozy Cove by both the prosecutor and the defense, but we never quite hear why this is being brought up so much? So put your tinfoil hats on, because here's my theory. Okay. Alex and
We're ready
Chad
for it.
killed Tammy in the Cozy Cove. This is my theory, because we've heard testimony about the Cozy Cove basically being soundproof. The kids have said that they could go up there and play drums, instruments, and no one would hear them. Chad, while in the back of the cop car, tells Emma randomly that she can do something with that mattress. Okay, why would a mattress be important to bring up in that moment? I can understand some of the financial stuff being discussed,
Right.
but the mattress? I think Tammy was murdered on that mattress.
Yep.
So
Luminol.
I want to
all the
listen
things.
to that. We're going to just listen briefly to Chad tell Emma, you can
Here's the
take
things.
that mattress.
I
So
just-
let's just listen to that quickly.
I don't know. It just hit me earlier. Whenever I listened, I was like, oh my God, yes. Yes. The only thing it doesn't explain is where Chad was.
The baby room is Lori's and mine. The suitcases you'll see in the box. Just this is in the garage, I guess. After you guys can, take that mattress from upstairs, I guess. Do what you want.
Yeah, take that mattress from upstairs if you want. What?
Yeah,
Why?
what the heck?
What's
Sphincter
up
says,
with the
"What?"
mattress? Take the mattress and put the books back on the shelf where the book's taken off of the shelf.
Why is he telling her what to do?
There's these weird questions, and again, we just see that the prosecution and the defense just constantly dance around this Cozy Cove, but they're really not laying out why. And I'm speculating very hard that could be why. So let's go back to this church that Alex's phone pinged at on the 18th. And again, I think that Tammy was murdered on the 18th, not the 19th. I think she was murdered late.
That picture
in
was
the
taken
evening, the
and
night
deleted.
on the 18th. So the church is not far from Chad's house, right? So I would imagine that Garth said, his dad was not there. So I imagine that Chad was taking Alex back to his car and that he would have returned fairly quickly. But it still leaves the question of what the heck were Garth and Chad doing for almost 5 hours prior to calling 911?
What the hell?
And when you listen to the 911 call, which we're going to do here in a second, it appears to me that Garth was nervous. He doesn't call and say like, oh my God, I found my mom and I think she's dead. Like, hurry. He immediately just blurts out his address, leaving the 911 operator to ask, like, what's up? What happened?
Absolutely.
So
I'm trying to
Garth
slow the Chad
doesn't
down.
appear to be able to keep the story straight. And Chad kind of snatches the phone from him and takes over, much like Garth's testimony, he's just not a good liar.
No.
Unlike his sister, Emma,
Whoa.
whose lies seem to roll off her tongue like butter on a hot piece of corn on the cob. So let's listen to the short 911 call, and we're going to play that now. And I just want you to really listen to Garth and the way that he sounds, because there's one word that he says where he just seems like exasperated, where he's like, I don't know. And then Chad's like, hey, it's Chad the husband. The whole thing is extremely odd.
So gross.
But
Where's your emergency?
We're at 202 North, 1900 East.
What's going on?
We just found my mom. She's on the ground frozen, or she's
Frozen. I slowed Chad down. Sorry. Never had to do that before.
did you hear that? We just found my mom. She's on the ground frozen. She's stiff. Again, this suggests rigor mortis. That's why he's describing her as frozen, stiff. Also meaning she has been dead for at least a few hours.
2 months later.
So let's
he's home.
continue that. It's not a long 911 call.
I don't know.
Are you in Madison County or Fremont County?
I'm Chad, the husband.
Do you hear Garth say, I don't know? He just says it in such an exasperated way. Like, I don't even know what story to tell right now. Like, I don't know. And then Chad takes the phone. Hi, it's Chad, the husband. And he continues on with the story. So again, I just don't think that Garth is the liar that his sister is. He's not. He's just not good at it at all. So let me see what else I wanted to talk about here. Hang on a second, guys.
And make that time.
So, in my opinion, I believe Garth's friend. I have seen way too much lying from the Daybell kids.
It's shot.
So I believe Garth's friend. Again, he just has no reason to lie. There's no dog in this fight for him. I believe that Chad was gone. And again, in my opinion, he was dropping Alex off at that church. I think that Garth waited for his dad. And then the golden question still remains, what the heck were they doing in between the time Garth got home at 1 a.m. and calling 911? And I am going to leave that up to you guys because I cannot figure that part out.
You don't sound crazy here.
I have mulled this over in my head so many times of what were they doing? It was Chad praying with Garth. You know, was he using his religious babble as he always has done? Was he praying with him? Was he going over a story with him? But basically, you know, this friend's testimony just literally kills their entire story. It just takes it all away. Garth saying, oh, you know, I heard my dad snoring in the room and all of this. This would suggest all of this is a complete lie. That Garth never, you know, heard his dad snoring. He also says that he was on YouTube for 2 hours until 3 o'clock in the morning. He also says that the police did take his phone. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, they would have seen that he was on YouTube for a couple of hours. So what does that mean? Does that mean that Garth got home at 1 o'clock in the morning, found his mom, did not call 911, waited for his dad to get home, and then he's on YouTube for a couple hours while his mom's laying dead and stiff in the house? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And I want to remind you guys that there were 2 different grand juries convened. One of them, because they were literally telling Garth Daybell, you are a liar. We know that you're lying. and that you need to tell the truth, or we're going to bring you up on these charges. And there was a litany of charges that they were going to bring him up on. And they haven't. I've had people ask me, I'm not a lawyer, I don't know, but I have had people ask me, like, Jess, do you think that Emma and Garth are going to be, brought up on perjury charges, or even Garth an accessory after the fact? And my answer is, I don't know. I guess anything is possible, but I'm not quite sure. Obviously the state wants to get the two big fish here, which is Chad and Lori.
We were thinking Zalema,
Because
Melanie
if they wanted all
Pawlowski,
the rest of
right?
them, Melanie Gibb, Melanie Pawlowski,
Me
Zalema,
too.
they should all be facing charges themselves. So I don't really know if Garth or Emma are going to face any consequences from this. But if I'm being honest, I hope that they do. Their lack of empathy for their own mother, their lies, I feel like you should be held accountable for those things. I understand you may love your father dearly, but it doesn't excuse you getting on the stand and perjuring the hell out of yourselves. And they both have, and it's obvious to everyone. I mean, their testimony, there's no one else testifying to any of the stuff that they're saying except them. No
That's
one
it.
else. Even Chad's own mother got up on the stand and told the truth. And you could tell that that was hard for her to do. But when they asked her, was Tammy in bad health, or did she appear to be weak or in bad health? Chad's mom answered honestly and said no. And you could even tell that she reluctantly said it. This is her son. But you have to tell the truth. Thank you, Grandma. I appreciate that. Grandma is saying, please support your favorite content creator. I guess that would be me. By slapping that like button as you come in. Yes, if you guys could hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it.
Me too.
If anyone wants to come up on panel, you have anything to say, anything you want to discuss, I'll put a link right here. But if not, I'll probably end the live stream, because that's really what I wanted to present to you guys. Just those things. And I say just those things, but they're pretty big things. I mean, that rebuttal witness, just in a couple of sentences, blew their whole story right out of the water. And I'm sure everybody else's mouth just kind of hit the floor with, wow. And also, I want to touch on this just for a second. It's so odd to me how John Pryor and the Daybell kids really act like law enforcement they're just like the worst people in the world. Like, Emma painted Detective Hermosillo as a literal stalker, that he was stalking her in the gym. Garth has said, and Joe Murray, Emma Daybell's husband, saying that Detective Hermosillo was riding past the house. They're painting him as like some kind of crazy stalker. This is a detective. Hello, he's doing his job. He is surveilling you guys. And riding past that house, he was correct. Those kids were in that backyard. He was riding past their bodies, thinking he was, but not knowing for sure. That man has done a heck of a job. So them painting law enforcement and almost being annoyed. I wanted to go into the autopsy stuff and how Emma lied about that, she said that they wanted to interview her, and she just wanted to see the autopsy. Well, we heard that recording.
And we have to, on this comment right here, Tammy was playing games on her phone at 10:20ish. When did Alex arrive at the church and leave that night? I don't know. I don't have those. I don't have that right now. Again, I was trying to gather things. And I mean, this is True Crime with Jess. And so I've shared her link multiple times in the chat also. So I don't want to take credit for somebody else's theory. I mean, we all have them, and we all have the same content or the same characters to work with here. So, but I mean, Again, it's just another one. I'm not trying to say this is it. This is the narrative. We'll never know, really. And that's really gross and disgusting because they're okay with that. Chad Daybell is okay with that. He was okay with burying his wife of 30 years, the mother of 5 of their children that they shared together, okay, that are even testifying in defense of their father here, okay, and making their mom out to be a weirdo, just a straight sickly weirdo. I mean, just I don't even know. Another thing that I thought of earlier is if she didn't go to the doctor, wouldn't that maybe suggest that she was never sick? Just just saying that. Just saying that. It's right? You don't have to, and then she would go to the doctor, she would get her antidepressants, but, I mean, there it's been said that she'd give them to Garth. So, all I'm saying is the woman liked to escape her reality that I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. And that right around the time, I do believe the time of her death, the time she was murdered, there was a picture that was, I wanna say, taken. I don't remember, though. I don't remember if it was, like, somebody took a picture and then deleted it, and she was also playing her game, okay? And then she'll never play that game will never be played by Tammy Daybell ever again. And it was a big thing with Chad. I mean, I really do think that he demonized and dehumanized Tammy, just like with Tylee, JJ, Melanie Boudreaux's 2 children, my mom, my mom, Alex, Tylee, 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 and Brandon. I mean, just who knows where this was gonna stop? Ervil LeBaron, like 2019, right? It was just gonna continue on and on and on because everybody just pissed them off. So I do kind of think that that coded call between Chad and Lori was a potential hit, like a hit. Okay, Summer Shiflett, who's going to CrimeCon. Okay, what East Idaho News. Anyways, who has? I mean, this is Lori Daybell's sister, Summer Shiflett. Okay, I know she has the horrible, heart-wrenching phone call. I mean, I'm sure we all sounded like that at some point in time. I never did get to speak to Lori, you know. And I mean, I feel bad for that aspect of that. However, I don't give anybody a pass for saying, "Hey, you want me to shoot him myself, or you want me to kill him myself?" In regards to my uncle, this is Summer talking to Lori in text messages in the FOIA docs. You want me to kill him myself? And then she also made Summer Shiflett also made a comment about this guy named Edgar. Okay, dude's name is Edgar for what it's worth. He had a Shmuel account too, and there's a selfie out there somewhere in my screenshots for sure, but I got it from Doomsday group on Facebook, who do amazing, amazing research. Okay, I love those ladies, but the screenshot was of Summer Shiflett it's like a selfie, and it's Summer Shiflett and Edgar, and there's a text message to Lori saying, and I don't even remember what this was in reference to. I want to say maybe the shot that was fired at Brandon on October 2nd, 2019. I am just saying, she was like, he wouldn't have missed. And I'm just like, damn. Okay. So let's just, I'm not about giving people a big platform just to boost up egos that are already jacked up to begin with, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm not for it. Okay. Just not. So that's where I stand. Yeah. She was in New York. All right. Chrissy Lee, anyone can be a fall guy. Look how Sean Reyes and Tim are. And Glenn Beck makes Tim a fall guy. And they do. And they'll take turns. And then now Tim Ballard, he's got kicked. He allegedly got kicked out of the Mormon church. I'm just going to say that Chad Daybell, in my opinion, was actually the first public excommunication, if you really think about it. because usually the LDS church will not just, because there are, I mean, if they excommunicated everybody that's facing a criminal trial, then maybe the kids would be safe, if you know what I'm saying, if you catch my drift, because there seems to be a pedo problem big time. Well, it just so happens that Lori and Chad, boy, they made a big old mess. Tuck that crazy in. Okay. It's all about the image. And I'm not trying to be insensitive or ugly, but this is my family. I don't get them back. Okay. And the church has never come out and said anything. They never said, hey, why don't we use our huge platform and our, our reach in every, corner of the world. Okay. And we can help you find Tylee and JJ. And I do believe they helped Kristen, oh my God, I can't think of her name. I know y'all are typing it right now. And I appreciate that. So, oh hell, it's gonna bother me now. I'm gonna wait till I see it. Oh my God. And because she was with OUR too, Elizabeth Smart is what her name is. Haha. All right. Anyways, but I'm just saying, if those were members of my church, including the victims now, mind you, okay? My uncle was he was an active tithe-paying member. He was a convert to the church, and he was really ultimately never going to equal. He was never going to be Lori's spiritual equal, okay? We've heard that time and time again. That's why we believe that Chad Daybell, that Lori was attracted to Chad because spiritually equals, right? Well, I also think that's how the church may be practicing polygamy, in my opinion. Just saying. But that's just me. Okay. I've really dug into this, and I'm not saying, hey, yeah, this is what happened. I'm just saying, you've been practicing polygamy, then you had to put it down because you wanted to become a state. And so the government was like, no, you cannot become part of the United States and get, bleed the beast, so to speak. Okay. You can't do that unless you don't practice polygamy. So they're like, okay, we got a revelation and bippity boppity boo. Okay, we do not, and this is behind my back, we do not practice polygamy anymore. Then they're like, oh, okay. Anyways, and here we are. So I really do think that Chad and Lori were matched up, not because of Chad's books. Maybe she knew about him. Okay. But there's something, I don't know if she had to go to meet Jason Mao and Melanie Gibb in the damn temple, or Jason Mao, I'm sorry, with Nicole Earl. There's chatter or in the FOIA docs that Lori and Nicole Earl went in the celestial champagne room, is what I call it, the celestial champagne room. I'm not trying to be ugly, but this is what they've done. And they're like, hey, okay, I'm a good Mormon. Okay. I'm devout. I live by the scriptures. Okay. And I just am ready. And whenever you go into this Church of the Firstborn title, it's not a place. It's not a place. It never was a place. It never will be a place. Okay. It is this figurative title. It's a title. It's like the second anointing. It's like the calling and election made sure. It's like exaltation, couple style. But in order to get the exaltation, there are no children allowed in this New Jerusalem. Okay. There's no children allowed in Zion. It's also called Zion, New Jerusalem, Church of the Firstborn, New World Order, some would say, one world religion. Okay. If you catch my drift, not my beliefs, theirs. They're accelerationalists. This is what they do. They are all about hurrying up and rushing to bring on the second coming of what they call Jesus Christ, the second coming of Jesus Christ. But that is not, that's a different definition, it's a different meaning. Okay. So when somebody says, hey, second coming of Jesus Christ, I'm like, oh hell, don't lie. Don't lie. July 22nd, 2020. And then it had the little earthquake in in Utah. Not even, I'm in Louisiana over here, and I was like, oh shit. I'm just saying how many were like, oh damn, maybe we're wrong. Or, oh my God, no, please don't let there be an earthquake, because we don't want them to be confirmed. Another yes men, another echo chamber, right? Just a, anyways, it's crazy. So, yeah, y'all join us tomorrow. We're still streaming the trial, and oh my god, it's gonna be so this week. Okay, how many of y'all are like just too nervous to go to sleep right now? I am. I'm just like, I don't know. I get like frazzled. I get frazzled is what I get. There is actually, there is for sure. There is. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm like, okay. But it's protected. It's protected by the First Amendment. It's our right to practice any religion we want. And you can. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think none of us really do. Okay. And it's not like I'm like, okay, well, my belief is right. Your belief is wrong. And, that's where I stand. No, these beliefs, whomever they belong to. Okay. But the people in this story that are obviously exerting and using these beliefs, twisting them, okay, to fit their narrative to control people, just like the daddy churches, the patriarchal churches, the hey, I'm bigger than you, I can pee further than you, whatever it is. So, I mean, to me, it's like monkey see, monkey do, because this is the echo chamber in which they are born into. Most of these ones over here in the Mormidor, and uh, it's really fascinating, actually. It's really fascinating. How are you doing since your surgery? I hope you're doing good. The storm is what got Shannon into the mess of you. Duh. Right? Andreas. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Now I want to see what else you wrote. Crush, it's like Christmas morning and we were waiting on Santa. Yes. Yeah, Language of Forces says it's a done deal. We already won. We cannot enter the temple without a temple card. Exactly. So again, it goes into who has integrity here. Okay. Who out of all these people have 1 ounce of integrity? That means I have a little plaque that says integrity is doing something, especially when no one is looking. You're not doing it for brownie points. You're not doing it to please anybody. You're doing it because it's the human thing to do. It's just the right thing to do. That's that gut feeling for most of us. But so I mean, it's just it's interesting. What did Emma mean when she said something about learning? I understand now. Oh, it's kind of goes with the whole like Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost. That's how Mormons, for the most part, I'm not saying this is never just a blanket statement. I've met some really beautiful people, really good people that are trapped up in this, and everybody has their own way. In fact, I mean, I felt, oh my God, I fought with myself for so long about, I didn't want to break anybody's shelf ever. I didn't want to ever be the reason somebody was like, oh no, the church is not true, or you know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, they are also probably already on that journey anyways. And, either way, I don't want to be a part of it, but I do want to speak up for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe because they're not here. However, when Emma said that, she's basically saying that the Holy Spirit was like, it's something that she had maybe thought about moving, and then something didn't happen. Maybe something didn't go through. Maybe she didn't fill out a paper to go move somewhere. I don't know, whatever it is. But it's like a confirmation, and it's the Holy Spirit when, it's really your intuition. Again, I think all these things work in tandem together. God gave me these. I was born with all my senses, and we're just kind of dumbed down, I think. And that way we don't believe in ourselves pretty much. So anyways, but basically a confirmation like, I forgot what it even was, but something about moving in to Chad's house. That's her confirmation, basically. Anytime there's a town that has such a person, yes, anywhere, any religion. If it's freaking worshiping dandelions. I'm just anything in excess is extreme and it can be deadly. Water. You can actually die from an overdose of water. Too much air. We don't have enough carbon dioxide, monoxide. We have to have a balance. So, I mean, it's just, I know, it's just in moderation. And a lot of us don't know how. So, I'm talking to myself. It was not Emma that looked up the wind direction because she has Facebook. Therefore, she had to have some type of smartphone or tablet or computer. 2019, y'all. I'm going to be like Golden Girls. Picture this. Okay. Yeah. Who in their right mind did not have a damn iPhone or a BlackBerry? I mean, I even had BlackBerry. Okay. Or just Chad and Lori and friends. And I mean, how many burner phones or not burner phones? They had burner phones, but then how many, like 19 phones in the vicinity of Chad Daybell's house, I think, except for his device, which is weird. So I'm like, girl, stop it. Just stop. Yeah. Seriously, if E and G aren't charged, the whole justice system there, epic fail. Lying on the stand will become a habit and Boyce will lose. Yeah. I mean, not only that, lying for the Lord is an actual thing. Swear to God. And I can't even believe when I was in Boise a couple weeks ago for the kids' celebration of life, which was in Idaho Falls, went to Boise, didn't go to the courtroom, stayed at the condo with my mom. And so I was trying to like share with her the things that I've been learning, but it's like 4 years worth. So I'm like, and I try not to like spin her head up around like mine does trying to tell her because it's so massive and it goes so far, so wide. This thing is worldwide, basically. Okay. Chad Daybell, then you got to know Tim Ballard. To know Tim Ballard, you got to know M. Russell Ballard. He was in the 12 apostles. He was one of the 12 apostles that basically sanctioned the couple's ruse for Tim to say, I think we were married before in a previous life. You want to go and fool some dangerous sex traffickers who are, they can smell our pheromones and stuff. So we got to fool them. We got to dupe. It's a ruse. It's a ruse. It's a ruse. And President Russell's like, I mean, M. Russell Ballard is like, okay, Tim, you just can't, you gotta be, respect the rules of the couple's ruse, which is the same damn pickup line that Chad used on Lori. How many of you would that line actually work on somebody that you know who would run the opposite direction and who in the hell would call the damn cops at this point? Okay, call and report it because Julie Rowe was saying this, Chad Daybell was saying this, Lori's like, okay, and she's like Mormon soaking, okay, with Chad right there on the damn couch at the St. George event with Bruce Porter right there. Okay, oh my God. I'm just saying, pheromones, yes, I don't know, they're weird. And Tom Harrison is all in this. That's the Visions of Glory. That's this murder book, in my opinion. It's the portals. This was under Lori's leg. Here, I always show the picture. Today's no different. We are here to advocate and educate, right? This is this is how big this thing goes. I mean, and that's just right here. That's just somebody who is on the credit Reddit Chino Blanco right here. The Ballard verse. Oh, my internet's starting to jack up a little bit. Okay. And as dubbed by the fierce investigative journalist and winner of the Pulitzer Award, Lynn K. Packer. This connects to Jody Hildebrandt, Ruby Franke, Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, Tom Harrison, Ken Krogh, Tim Ballard, Sean Reyes, Glenn Beck, It goes all the way up to the Utah Senator Mike Lee. It goes up to John Huntsman, whose name was found in the little black book of Epstein. Okay, these are the type of people we're hanging around. Okay, it goes up to Frank Vandersloot. I mean, I'm telling you, it does. He's not on here, but he will be by the time I'm finished. We got the Knights Templar here. Tim was knighted a couple times, so was Paul Hutchinson. There's connections to like diplomats and dignitaries. I think that's the right dignitaries in different countries, and it's bullshit. Okay, there's connections with Scientologists, and there's Mormons hanging out with Catholics, and I mean, hey, I'm all about peace, but this is not peace. It stinks. It really does stink. Chad, we hate your books. Okay, I'm gonna show you this picture. All right, so this was on this is Visions of Glory right there. That's on the nightstand where my uncle was murdered in Arizona. Okay, that's JJ's iPad right there. There was only furniture in Lori Daybell's room. Okay, there was not. Y'all know the Arizona house. There's mirrors everywhere. My uncle was laying on the floor. There's no furniture. Absolutely none. The kids' beds, mattresses were on the floor. It was really weird. Okay, this is from the FOIA request. This is communications between Zulema and Lori, and it says right here in the red circle, it says reading Visions of Glory is better than church. Okay, so there's that. Then we have I put a bunch of them together. There's Visions of Glory right under her right knee when Chad should have said, "Oh, you have kids? What kids? Huh?" But I mean, he's too busy telling his neighbor about Tylee, basically, when the neighbor Alice Gilbert was like asking about Tylee, and she didn't like me, right? So, I mean, there's that. Then we have this one over here. She's always trying to go. She was literally living next door to her Aunt Lori. November 15th. This is what this picture is from, and she's over here trying her damnedest with mediation papers. They're not stamped off by a judge. Brandon is in hiding at this point in American Fork, Utah. His parents have all four of the children at this point in time of this picture. And she shows up with her creepy ass, murderous ass uncle, Alex Cox, who's parked about, I don't know, too far for me to believe that there was nothing, that this was innocent. This was not innocent. Also, it said like 1:00 in the morning. I don't know if it's the wrong time on the body cam footage, but it was like 1:11, I think, in the morning. So, I mean, can you imagine showing up being like, I need to see my kids, and knowing all the while in these text messages through this case, through these trials, we are learning about the communications between these people, and how Melanie Pulaski right here is mentioning after Charles is murdered, that Lori should probably get some life insurance on the children, because you just never know the Lord's will. And so the question stands: did she have insurance taken out on her kids that turned dark? I mean, I'm just asking, because these are legitimate questions, because light and dark, right? You get to judge and sweep the earth and cleanse it. And, I can't wait till he joins her. And I really do think, y'all, I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. And I can't wait to do another Pulaski Dam video because, okay, I don't even want to tell y'all because it's probably already out there and I'm just late to the party like always. But yeah, I'll wait. I'm actually going to do a teaser. This is okay. I don't ever get to do this. And usually I don't want to, but it is. But I really think there's plenty of conspiratorial evidence to link Chad, Lori, Mel Boudreaux, and Alex Cox to Brandon and Charles. Okay, just saying. And I ran it through my filter. I ran it through Jason. I was like, come on, oh my God, So me too. I don't even know how she walked out of there with any kind of custody. Makes my head spin. Right. But anyway, so all right, guys. Well, I really appreciate it. We've got trial tomorrow. Who's here for it? Okay. Who's here for it? We're here for it. We are damn here for it. We're here for some justice for these victims, okay? All 5 of them. We love and miss them every day. Every day. Okay, we deal with this clown right here. And I'm really tired of looking at him, honestly. Okay, here we go. Raccoon Gate. Here's how I'm going to play this little video and then we'll be out, okay? So please give the video a like. It really helps. It's free and it really helps. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to everybody that was able to donate super chats, super stickers, and joining memberships, gifting them. That helps so much. It really does. It's so hard to brand murder. And I'm saying that with, look, straight up and have air quotes. Oh, I can't because Chad is in the damn way. I'm like, okay, you don't brand murder. It's weird. Okay. But that's how this platform works. And that's kind of how, I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, so if you do all the YouTube thingies and share it out, comment, let's talk about it below. Anyways, and just let's continue getting justice through understanding. And I'm gonna play this so you'll see how the whiteboard meeting, aka whiteboard prophecy, I call it, Tim Ballard, and how it all is it's a money laundering. Okay. And it's bad.
In an article I published in 2017, I created a flow chart to show how the nonprofit OUR worked with the for-profit venture, the Abolitionists LLC. Tim Ballard would control both organizations. OUR would provide what would be referred to as the sizzle video of operatives helping rescue child sex slaves, while the profit venture provides video that could be used as evidence, but mainly for the TV series. Initially, Ballard would be paid by both entities. Russell Ballard invested on the for-profit side. Besides Russell Ballard, 2 other high church officials are believed to have invested with Tim Ballard's for-profit venture: Robert Gay, who has since become an emeritus general authority, and Dale Renlund, an apostle. The 3 purportedly invested about $600,000 in 2013 in Ballard's movie-making venture. All declined comment, would neither confirm nor deny. After that, Tim Ballard was able to pick up the phone and arrange for one of his Haiti operatives to meet Elder Renlund for a photo op. After OUR's first missions, a pilot for the proposed television series was produced. The film production company produced a 7-episode pilot to pitch television networks and cable channels. The last episode was about the failed search for Gardy Marty, led by a psychic, although in the series she is referred to as an informant who came forward with intelligence. But no one wanted the series, so that idea was replaced with another. So the producers took the series footage and made a movie out of it, a sort of docudrama for theatrical distribution narrated by Tim Ballard. It premiered in Utah and California with big fanfare, endorsed by Utah's governor, attorney general, and other politicians.
Bye. Love y'all. Justice for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe. Love always wins. You guys are proof of this. See you mañana.
ISO. Dama. still lying right through their teeth, and they still hiding. How many troops they was D9? Watch my every move, tell them keep fine. Leave that shit on scene, I ain't rewind. Lest I know you, that don't mean I'm Hollywood. That just mean I'm Hollywood. Off y'all, I probably stood on the falls, all cause. More times I probably should. I don't know nobody like this. You see how much time it took? Yeah, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many lies, hey, it's too many lies, too many lies, too many, it's too many, hey, it's too many, yo, it's too many.